everybody, this is Bonnie from Bonnie's Creative Place.stampinup.net, and I am back with card number 2 from my online pansy card workshop. And this is the card that we're going to make today. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? I love the vellum. It's gorgeous. So we're going to get started on this card, but before we start, I just want to let you know, when you get your kit, it will look like this. My kit is a little different because I use a lot of my other scraps and different things that I have around. But this is going to be your kit. And when you get your kit, you will have your base card. You will also have this piece of Whisper White that will already be stitched for you, because you only had to buy the Stampin' Set, the Pansy bundle. And I decided to add the Whimsical. It's called Stitch with Whimsy Dies. So I decided to add this on there, and I can emboss something or die cut something or punch something out for you, and that's okay, but I can never stamp anything for you. So I just wanted to clarify that up. So I did that for you, but if you want to do this card again, you will need this stamp set. Okay, in there you will have your piece of vellum to die cut all your little parts out with, and then you will have your ribbon and your gems, and then these are all pieces to be doing your die cutting with, that you will need to cut your leaves and the extra parts to the flower, and then this is for your center, and then you have your piece of white for your greeting. So I just wanted to let you know what your kit looks like when it comes. So put this back because this is somebody else's kit. Okay, and we'll set that off to the side. So because, like I said, my kit is a little different because I have to have stuff a little bit ready for the video so it's not, you know, an hour and a half long, I've gone ahead and I've die cutted everything out. Now I went ahead and I put the leaves together just like I did in card number 1. So they are all done. But we're going to be doing some sponging or blending here. So we need, for each one of these, we need one of the petals that look like this and 2 of the petals that look like this. Now I have gone ahead and I've did a little photo that I will insert in the video someplace of all the stuff that I die cut it out, so that you will have a picture and you can pause the video and you can go ahead and you can do all your you know, cutting beforehand. So I did do that. So for this, we're going to be doing some blending. So I need to have Highland Heather and what is this, Flirty Flamingo, and then I did Costa Cabana. So these are the colors that I die cutted my, or blended my vellum with. So let's start with the Costa Cabana. So you're just going to take your brush, you're going to dab it in here, and then you can either start off if you want, but really you're just giving it a really light, oops, if I keep it on here, a really light color. You can go as dark as you want. You can make it darker. You can make it lighter. Whatever you want to do. And then we're just going to do this around the car, around the vellum. And we are going to continue this with all of them, but the different colors. So, and then I'm going to put the flower together just like I did in video number 1. So, of this class. So I'm going to continue this with the other 2 flowers, and I will proceed to put them together, and then I will be back here. Okay, I thought I should show you how to put one of the flowers together with the vellum, because it is a little bit trickier than when I did it in card number 1. It's the same thing about putting the card together, or putting the flower together, but you want to make sure you're holding the glue onto the vellum. It takes it a little bit longer to adhere. So, you know, you could put it down, but it might pop right back up. So you just want to, you know, be gentle and just kind of tap it and hold it for just a few extra minutes. And don't get extra glue like I just did. And then the same thing with the ones on the end. And then I'm going to show you how I put mine together. This glue is just pouring right out here. So I'm trying to have less and less of it. There we go. And so now when I'm putting this together, I'm just putting a little bit of glue right here on the bottom, like that. And I'm putting this one, get this out of the way, I want to keep it in the camera for you. I'm putting this one right on top of it, just like that. I'm not putting any glue up there. I'm just putting some right there. Then when I take this piece, I'm putting glue up here at the top, a little bit here and a little bit there, and then I'm putting a little bit of glue right there in the middle, right where these all join. I'm adding this down because this will dry clear. So don't panic that you're like, oh, because you can look at mine and it's all dried clear. And then you're going to take this and you're going to add a little bit of glue on here. And this will hide a lot of the glue that you just put down right there in the center. And we're going to hold this for you have to hold it just a little bit longer with the vellum. And then we're going to add a little bit of glue in the middle. Swirl it around and pick up our little center piece here, and we're going to put that piece right in the center. It's like a little puzzle. So this is how I put them together. And then you can at the end, and I forgot to tell you in video 1, I added Wink Stella in the center just on these yellow pieces. So I just wanted to remember to tell you guys that. So now I'm going to put my leaves together just like I did in the last video. I think it kind of helps when you're putting them on. And all of these have 2 leaves, so I'm just going to kind of put them together here like this. And then on this one, I am going to kind of have it off a little bit. I have it over here a little bit more. So kind of up and over like that. Well, I guess it just maybe it's the way I have it positioned on the card. So here we go. So now we're going to get the base. So we're bringing the base in. And we can secure this down like that. And then we are going to take, and we're going to put a piece of ribbon on here first. So I've got this Pool Party ribbon right here. And I just kind of eyeballed where the center was. And I'm just going to take and flip this over. Add a little bit of adhesive to where I think the centers are. Pick this up. Should have kept it in my hand. Okay. I'm touching the sticky, which is not helping me. Okay, get my ribbon scissors and cut this. I can trim this up a little bit. Now I'm going to flip this back over. I'm going to take a smaller piece of the ribbon And I'm going to make a knot right here off to the side. Just a tiny knot. And then I'm going to trim the ribbon. May have to trim it more, but we'll see. Okay, so far we have that. So now I'm just going to try and figure out how I want to put this on here. I kind of put it together, really, on a piece of paper like this. I put it together first. So like I added these leaves to this. So we'll just copy what I'm doing here. Sometimes it's hard to explain. So I put these leaves right on here. And then I put this one underneath and I put it on like that. So you got to hold it just a little bit with the vellum. So then I'm going to put this one, a little bit of glue right there. I'm going to add that. Just like this, holding it for a few minutes. And then I brought this one in and I tucked it kind of underneath all of this. So I'm going to put some glue here and right down along here a little bit. And I'm just kind of tucking it all in here. There we go. Holding it down as we go because it, like I said, it. Then I'll put some glue here. And I'm going to put that down. And then I'm putting some glue here. Okay, and now I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to get some Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm going to be putting some wherever there is like a lot of the colors so that the dimensionals do not show through. So on the center of each of these where the yellow flower is perfect. And then also on every one of these leaves. And this will help this card stand up, and it'll help keep it all nice and secure. So just like that. So anywhere it will not see, you can use some minis if you want. And then I'm going to move this because it's got a little glue on it. Oops, and my piece came undone. There we go. Tighten it back up. And then we'll remove all this. We just kind of like move this bow. I kind of move the bow wherever I want it for a minute. And then I kind of just stick this. No, don't stick yet. And this one had to stick yet. Okay. Because I want it down. Let's move that bow way over out of my way. I kind of want it down and like this. So there we go. That looks good. Like that. And then you just kind of pull the bow back and you can trim it. I'm going to trim it just a little bit more. There we go. There it goes. Adds just a little bit of sparkle in there. Make sure all your dimensionals are stuck. So it looks like that. Now we can add this to our base card. Get rid of some of this stuff out of the way here that we don't need. Looks like I got a mess going on. Okay. So now we will add some. You could use liquid glue here if you want to make it go on a lot easier so that it's not squishing, but whatever you prefer. Kind of center this in the center, just like that. Okay. And then we're going to do the grading. And I'm taking the Happy Birthday again, but this time I'm going to be using the Memento black ink. And I'm going to stamp this right down, just like that. And then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to fussy cut around this. I like to do this. You can use a punch, you can use a die if you choose. I just think this adds a little bit more to the card character. I'm trying not to touch the ink yet because it dries quick, but just my luck, I'd put my finger in it and it won't be dry. So you might want to stamp this a little ahead of time or take a break. There we go. I like how that looks. And then I went ahead with this also, and I took mini dimensionals. And I don't think there's any on here, so we're going to use what's left on the edges. And I took one and I put some right here and one right here, just to pop this up because the rest of it is popped up. And then I just kind of tucked it in. It's not going to be in the exact same spot, but I just tucked it in right there. And I added some Wink of Stella. Oops, this is really coming out to this little card here. Okay. Now I'm almost out of the blue because I gave them all to you guys. So this one I'm going to put the purple. I'm going to put a little purple one there, and then I put two other little gems right here in the corner. Two tiny ones. So now that is everything I did for this card, for card number 2. So thanks for joining my online class, and I'll be back with card